Hello everybody, Storm here, and today we're going to be starting up a new game of Stellaris, the 4X / grand strategy hybrid game by Paradox Development Studios and Paradox Interactive. And we are currently playing in the 1.3.1 Heinlein patch, as well as with the brand new Leviathans DLC. Now, what we're also doing in this particular playthrough is we're going to be playing with an absolute ton of mods activated in the game. In fact, I think I probably have over 50 mods activated in the game currently. So those mods run the full gamut from new species, new ships, new planetary starts, cosmetic graphical changes, and, you know, all kinds of stuff. Mechanics improvements. Everything I could find and get to work. And that brings me to the fact that I need to apologize a little bit for how long it's taken me to get this series up and running, because I have been running into a bit of technical problems trying to get all the mods that I have downloaded working together, and I had to actually ditch a few completely because they just were broken, unfortunately. And that means that there are a few things in here that I wasn't able to get running that I wanted to, which is unfortunate, but we still should have enough to have a pretty interesting game going. Alright, so as you can notice that we have a 4-armed spiral galaxy here, and we are already probably seeing a few of the mods running. We have 3,000 stars in this galaxy, so this is going to be a pretty long, epic game, I hope. Also, there's no hole in the core of the galaxy, which tends to happen in the previous versions of the game. So, you know, the galaxy is filled in. And also, if you notice, the stars might look a little different because I have a more realistic stars mod installed. Also, in each individual systems, I have cosmetic mods for the backgrounds as well as the stars themselves. So, now, what are we playing as here? Well, one of the mods that I downloaded, if we look at our species, is we are playing as the Asari from the Mass Effect universe. And so, what traits do we have? We are slow breeders. We are non-adaptive. So we have habitability minus 10%. We're ageless, leader lifespan plus 450 years, leader recruitment cost plus 100%, leader experience gain minus 50%. We are charismatic, other species like us. And we have a continental preference, so that's good. And if we look at our government, we are phonetic xenophiles, so we like everybody else. We are also materialists, so we get a little bit better science output as well. We are currently in the government type of a science directorate, which means we get additional research alternatives and additional leader capacity. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the star system we're going to be playing in, because this is going to feature yet another one of the mods that I installed. We are starting in a ring world, so that should be interesting. And this isn't just any ring world, this is a super ring world. It has 12 habitable segments as opposed to the normal 4 from the vanilla game ring worlds. Also, you may notice that the textures on our stars are a little bit better looking, and the background textures in the star systems is also nicer looking as well. So that's cool. Alright, and if we zoom in close, we can see that our ships are custom ships, specifically from the Asari mod, so they actually look like Asari ships. So, that is cool. Now we have a lot of other mods running, a lot of other species types with their own custom ships and everything all in this game, which we will hopefully run into. I set them all up to basically force them to spawn in the game, so I'm pretty sure we're going to run into them. Alright, so without much more explanation, let's just go ahead and get things started here. And first thing we want to do is set up our research. So we want to pick a physics research, power hubs. Actually, let's go with the orbital solar panel networks for our space stations. Let's make sure we get colony ships. We want those right away. And we want the powered exoskeletons, because we specifically want the additional minerals. Unlocks mobile infantry. And space marines. So yes, some additional mods for ground units. Alright, let's take a look at our ship designer here. We have our corvettes. We're currently using mass drivers, which is actually consistent with the Mass Effect universe, that they use mass drivers as opposed to energy weapons. But we may unlock energy weapons later. Construction ship. It's actually pretty cool looking. Our science ship, and our transport ship. Okay, and we use wormhole travel, sort of to try to mimic the idea of the relay network, mass relays. As close as we can get in this this game. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's get our science ship surveying. Hold on. Survey system. Alright, and let's take our first fleet. Oh, we need an admiral. Let's go with you. Recruit. And let's have them fly out and start poking around systems, see if we can find anything. And let's go ahead and finally unpause the game. Oh! Fate of foreign stations. This is another mod I had installed. Ministry of Defense has brought up the issue of foreign wormhole and military stations inside our borders. It suggests that we demand their dismantling. However, only empires that are not currently at war with us will comply. So, the option I want to go with here is to let our allies and vassals keep their stations, but dismantle the others. So if we are at war with someone and they build wormhole stations in our territory, when we win the war, because we will win the wars, they will force them to dismantle those stations. Oh, and we got the event that we surveyed a piece of ring world and we have access to living metal. Alright. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to scan this up and see what we can do here. Now, what I might want to do is actually go in here and build at least a couple of more science ships. I'm not going to worry about the construction ships right now because we're not going to really have the minerals to construct much at the moment. Oh, and the other thing I want to take a look at is the surface of our starting area, which I do have the mod that auto builds appropriate structures as well, so that should be implemented here. I'm not sure it actually is working with our home system, our home segment here. Let's do a little bit of clearing of some of the tile blockers. But from all future colonized areas, it should definitely be running. Alright, so it looks like that we're good there. Complete. Oh, spaceport finished its construction queue. Let's have you fly out there. Let's have a science ship. Oh, they actually need scientists. So let's recruit some scientists. What are you? Adaptable. A new type. Oh, so that might reveal another mod that I have installed right there. Leader lifespan plus 50 years. Experience gain. Leader skill levels. Anomaly research speed. Let's go ahead. Oh, we can't recruit them because we don't have enough influence. Because these require quite a bit of influence. So we are going to be slightly limited in that respect. Alright, so there's nothing of any interest there. Let's fly them over here. Looks like there's a potentially habitable planet in this system.
Anomaly found.
Oh, we found an anomaly. Significant scarring on the surface. Massive rifts look almost like writing. Go ahead and research it. Where are you actually surveying? Oh, over here. This frozen world is a moon of one of the gas giants in the system. Or the only gas giant in the system. Alright, nothing there. Let's have them fly over there. Oh, something.
Situation log updated.
Encounter in Sadatoni. Some form of alien vessels. We call them the Epsilon aliens. The Starry Foundation has finally encountered fellow wanderers among the stars. Despite their intentions being unknown and potentially even hostile, the atmosphere on Esifte, following the report from our contact fleet, can best be described as rapturous. And how do I pronounce that? Esift. Alien writing. Someone used a mining laser from orbit approximately 5,000 years ago to carve a large body of writing on the surface of Sios. The massive script covers a large portion of the moon's upper hemisphere and appears to be a short story chronicling the difficult life of an alien mercenary. Fascinating. Leader gained a level. Very good. Now, what do we got over here? Ah. Spaceborne life forms. But, okay, nothing there. Let's just continue poking around, just to make sure we don't run into anything hostile here. Now, I can investigate them, but it will occupy my society researcher, but I don't want to do that until we get access to colony ships. So, we're going to hold off on that. Now, can I have my construction ship go build some stuff? Might be a good idea. Also, we don't have anything that generates any power. So I want to be careful about how much building I actually do. So let's go ahead and build a mining station over there to get access to some more minerals. Okay, so nothing of any consequence there, so let's fly them over here.
System survey complete.
Oh, that system has been fully surveyed, so now we can send these guys out. And let's go take a look at that system over there. to 57 influence. We have to get up to 100 before we can recruit another scientist.
Construction complete.
Actually, we'll keep them on passive. Oh, we completed construction of that mining station. A lot of research to be had off of this ring world. Habitable world survey. We now know without a doubt that the thriving biosphere is not something unique. Alright, so we will definitely do that initiative.
Updated. Anomaly found.
An abandoned ship has been left adrift aimlessly above this moon. The massive sails protruding from its hull suggest that it relied on solar power to function. Yeah, go ahead and research that. Mass extinction. Our first stumbling steps into the void beyond a sift were not motivated solely by curiosity or desire to conquer the unknown or a need to leave our mark on the galaxy. The biosphere of Asifte has undergone rapid changes in the past few centuries, and prominent scientists warn that may be faced with the beginnings of a mass extinction event, that cycled purging of life that is inseparable. Research plans have been put together to study a number of planets rendered uninhabitable by major astronomical incidents or planet-bound catastrophes. We hope that by reconstructing these events, a similar fate may be avoided. It falls to you, as executor of the Asari Foundation, to ensure that this expedition is carried out. Consult the situation log for details.
Updated.
Broken planet, burned planet, chilly planet, noxious planet. Can we track all these on the map? Okay. That seems doable. Do we have a time limit on this? No. We do not. Though, to get to these, we may need some additional wormhole stations. So I think this is our maximum range. So let's say I went over here and said... Failure. Sadly, the solar sailor found above Sadatoni 4A was destroyed in a clumsy attempt by science officer Riulia Stoney to bring it into the cargo bay of the Ascension. Unfortunate. Alright, let's build a wormhole station. Over there. 75 influence. Alright, the first fleet. Let's just keep bouncing them around over here and seeing if we can encounter anything interesting. Those guys are flying over there to build that wormhole station to hopefully get access to these guys. This is the first time I've actually been playing a civilization that has wormhole drive, so I'm not exactly sure how it all works. Let's have them poke over here, and let's just see make sure that there isn't anything dangerous over there. Ooh.
Situation log updated.
We've encountered some form of alien vessels in Gog Shub. Mu aliens. What do they look like? Oh, more space-based organisms. Allegedly, mass extinction noxious planet. Allegedly, this planet's flora and fauna choked on their own poisonous emissions, likely helped along by the release of reactive gases from beneath the planet's crust. The special project has been issued to investigate the matter. Okay.
Situation log updated.
Let's take a look. We need a scientist in orbit. Okay. Do we not have a science ship? Where are you? Oh, we don't actually need a survey, we just need to send someone over there. It needs a scientist of skill 2. Alright, so let me just have them queue that research project into their list. So once they finish surveying that planet, they'll head over there and do that research project.
System survey complete.
Alright, let's have you guys fly over there. So 56% finished on that. Wormhole station.
Construction complete.
Alright, mass extinction broken planet. Our astronomers are confident that the asteroid belt in this system was once a habitable planet, torn asunder by unknown forces. A special project has been issued to study one of the major asteroids in the belt.
Situation log updated.
Alright, so what do we need on that? Same thing, skill 2 or higher. So let's go ahead and tell them to queue that research project in as well. And we have 102 influence, so I can go grab one of these other science ships that I built and finally get it a scientist. Recruit you, put you in, and tell you to go out here and do some surveying. Oh, and we have power. So you guys come over here. Build mining stations. Yes, that did increase the amount of range we have. So it looks like we're going to have to use observation posts until we can get more colonized systems here.
Special project complete.
Max extinction toxic. Okay. The cracks in the planet's crust, first presumed to be the result of significant tectonic activity, are actually the lasting marks of impossibly large roots burrowing through the Earth. At some point in the distant past, a freak mutation, possibly deliberately induced by sentient beings, though it is unlikely they could have predicted the result, caused the native plant life to grow out of control. Many of these plants reproduce through pollination, with countless gametes carried by currents through the lower atmosphere. While this process was originally only cause for mild irritation, the exponential increase in atmospheric-borne particles effectively choked the life out of all animals on the planet in a matter of months. Okay. I'm not sure if those events are actually part of a mod, because I do have some events that are some mods that add new events and things to the game. Alright, so you guys, let's fly them over there. I'm going to need an observation post somewhere. Probably here. Mass extinction chili planet. The planet of interest in this system is covered in a layer upon layer of dense ice of varying composition. Apparently, it was once home to More varied and pleasant biomes. A special project has been issued.
Situation
Okay.
log updated.
Again, same thing. We'll bring you over here to work on the special project.
Anomaly found.
Ah, we found an anomaly. While scanning the asteroid belt, our science team found some sort of irregularity. 70% failure risk. We'll leave it be for now. How goes our research? 19 months left on colony ships. Okay.
Construction complete. Special project complete.
Alright, mass extinction asteroid. The asteroid is, in actuality, a chunk of what was once a habitable and probably inhabited planet. Regular but overlapping fracture patterns indicated the planetary demolition was intentional and controlled, if somewhat rushed. All signs point to this planet being the homeworld of whatever species destroyed it. We may never know what drove them to consider planetary annihilation to be the lesser evil, and perhaps we should be grateful for that. Okay. Alright, so that's got us some more power. So let's actually go over here and let's build a research station there. See, the thing is that frontier outposts are going to cost me influence. Survey the stars. For millennia, we have looked at the stars, trying to understand them, but they were always beyond our reach. Now we finally have the technology to do so. Some of our best scientists are eager to go on an expedition to examine the stellar bodies up close. They have already prepared a list of nearby stars of different types that would be the best targets to study. Yes, let's see to that list.
Updated.
Study the stars. Let's go ahead and track those guys on the map so that we can prioritize them for our research ships.
System survey complete.
System survey complete. Alright, so you fly over here and survey that system. Oh, actually, no, change of plans. Survey this system. Or do the research projects. And then survey the system. Oh, there's those, alien organisms again. We're 13 months remaining on colony ships.
Evading hostile fleet. Special project complete.
An unnatural shift in the atmosphere's chemical makeup resulted in the slow but irreversible onset of an ice age. One that began before the formation of the Asari Foundation and is likely to persist long after our passing. The exact cause remains unknown, but probable explanations include failed terraforming attempts or even intraplanetary terrorism. Some of the more radical elements within the scientific community on Esifte suggest that the dramatic climate shift may have been brought on by the unchecked emission of gaseous industrial byproduct into the atmosphere. This view is confined to the scientific fringe, as it is unlikely that any race intelligent enough to achieve full industrialization would be stupid enough to accidentally wipe themselves out. I don't know about that one, though. Are you guys actually, surveying? No, they didn't. You guys. Survey system. Research projects. Okay, so
Construction complete.
construction complete. Let's have you guys fly out here and build a frontier outpost. Right? The star has not been surveyed, and we're lacking one. Stars within a system that has not been discovered. The star has not been surveyed. Okay, so we gotta get the star surveyed first. Before... Alright, so... you guys come over here and survey that system then. Looks like we have a project here as well. And here. Okay. So what is this? This is Ocean World. %50 habitable.
System survey complete.
We have detected the presence of a primitive alien civilization on Bidinial. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. They currently seem to be experiencing the equivalent of a renaissance, having recently left the medieval age behind them. Scientific knowledge is spreading rapidly, and the armies of their petty kingdoms are equipped with crude gunpowder-based projectile weapons. We should consider building an observation post above their world. Okay, where are you? Here. Come build an observation post. Alright, we're getting the 71 influence. We can get that complete. Next. Ah, finally. Got ourselves colony ships. Border range plus 20%. That would actually be very nice. Psionic Theory. Unlocks Psi Warriors. Do it. It's going to take a long time to do that. But we'll do it. So, let's see here. Let's go ahead and investigate those aliens. So we're going to need some society research. Alright, so can we build a maintenance, 1 power? Let's build that. Can I actually build a colony ship?
System survey complete.
Yes. Build a colony ship.
Special project complete.
K-class star studied. Just as we expected, the radiation spectrum of this star is very conductive to carbon, oxygen life. Similar to us, the zone of perfect conditions is wide. We should look for these stars in the future as they tend to have the highest potential for having colonizable planets. Alright, good. Alright, science ship. What are you doing over here? You were surveying. Okay. Let's have you fly over here, survey the system, and then do the research projects. And this one, let's have you survey the system and then do the research projects. And my fleet, we're going to keep parking around here, poking around, I should say, and see if we can find anything interesting.
Construction complete.
Construction complete.
Special project complete.
Special project complete. Ah. Tianki. The space-borne life forms, which the Asari head of Society Research has come to refer to as Tianki, are docile creatures capable of accessing some lower dimension of subspace. They roam from system to system with remarkable ease. They graze on gases common in the upper layers of many gas giants. It is highly unlikely, to say the least, that this is their only food source, but intake of other nutrients has yet to be discovered. They will rarely, if ever, attack. Even when provoked, they can safely be ignored. Hunting them would be a net loss anyway. Alright, construction ship. Can you come over here and build a frontier outpost? Anomaly. We are receiving a weak signal from the surface of this planet. The source appears to be some kind of tracking beacon. Go ahead and research it. And that just burned a lot of our influence. Ah, well, we need to build it.
Research complete.
Research complete. We unlock solar panel networks. So let's see, what else we got here? Assist research, fusion power, fusion reactors, energy storage capacity, power plant 2s. Let's go with fusion power. And actually what we're going to do here is we are getting pretty long in this episode, so we're going to go ahead and end it here, and we will come back and continue working on this. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.